I thought I was going to be the hero. I'm still going to be the hero, but I'm going to be a different type of hero. You see, I thought I was going to be coming to you and saying, hey, guess what? I just saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and you know what? It's just like every other sequel, every other reboot, every other rebranding of a movie we've seen. I saw it. You don't have to. I've saved you 2 hours of your life. You're welcome. Keith Whittier, hero. That's what I thought was going to happen. And then I saw the movie. Now I'm going to be a different type of hero because I'm coming to tell you, listen, I just saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it is nothing that I expected. It was such an enjoyable ride. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am so all over the place because I have not been this excited in the movie theater in a long time. I mean, we've talked about movies that I've seen during these pandemic times, which have been great films, but I'm excited. I was just so incredibly wrong about this movie. So sometimes you need to go into something with such low expectations, and then it just blows your mind. Let's catch our breath, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, I'm going to start off this review by letting you know that you will not appreciate this movie if you do not see the 1984 original Ghostbusters. Now, we've seen sequels. We saw a reboot several years ago with Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, which I didn't think was very good, which led me to believe that this one wouldn't be very good, but I was wrong. So in this movie, we basically got a mom and her two kids. They're going to close up their the grandfather's house and settle his affairs and his estate and everything. And then they find some old trinkets there and what have you. Now, her two kids are trying to find their way in this town. The son gets a job at the burger joint, while the daughter is very curious and kind of poking around, has a mind for science, if you will. Well, it comes to find out that there's some paranormal goings on in this area, and now the daughter's off to investigate. Of course, the paranormal activity that she's seeing is ghosts. That's the term Ghostbusters, and here we are. Now, there's some people who say, well, this is just going to dial into the sentimentalness of people who've seen the original. Hello, that's kind of the point. That is exactly the point of why you make these reboots, because you want to bring along that audience, which is why I'm saying you have to see the original. But I also think that this will do a good job in terms of bringing a new audience. So first of all, in the original movie, we didn't really have strong female representation. With all due respect to Annie Potts, she was basically the secretary for the Ghostbusters, didn't have a huge role. Not the case here. Now, if you've heard about the cast in this, you know you've got Finn Wolfhard, who is in, of course, Stranger Things. You've got the reigning, defending, sexiest man alive going right now, Paul Rudd. But all of the people in this film really take a backseat to who I think is the star, which is McKenna Grace. McKenna Grace is phenomenal in this movie. Parents, if you're looking for a movie to take your kids to and say, hey, look at this amazing female character and look how strong and confident she is, take them to Ghostbusters Afterlife, because McKenna Grace electrifies the screen. I was so blown away by her character. This is one of those movies where I can add to the list of movies that I've seen in the theater where I just start going crazy and clapping. I am talking like that scene in Attack of the Clones where we first saw Yoda fight and I got really excited. I am talking Avengers Endgame towards the end where I got really excited. I am adding Ghostbusters Afterlife to that because this was an exciting movie. This is such patient storytelling by Jason Reitman, of course, son of the director of the original movie, Ivan Reitman. Such patient storytelling because he could have rushed it, but he takes advantage of the entire 2 hours of this movie and patiently tells a story. On top of that, you've got really strong performances. And not only does it do a great job of paying homage to the original, and yes, there's the sentimental part, but it also shows that it could carry the story on. I would be perfectly comfortable if they stopped it right here, but they've created a blueprint for if they want to go forward. So listen, you're going to hear from different people who are going to say they didn't particularly like this movie, and it might not be certified fresh, but it sure as heck is certified Keith. I was thrilled with Ghostbusters Afterlife. I thought it was such a strong entry, and you kind of forget about all the other sequels that have come along, and you just think about what happened in 1984 to this one. Did a solid job, beautiful love letter to the original, and I will say it again. You must see the 1984 version before you see this. It is the equivalent of seeing Avengers Endgame without seeing any other Marvel movie. You're doing yourself a disservice. And the conversation will be like, hey, Keith, I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, but I didn't really love it. Did you see the original? No. Told you so. So don't make me say I told you so. Make sure you've seen the 84 version and then check this one out. And you're welcome, because I'm a hero in a different way, because I'm telling you to go check out Ghostbusters Afterlife. A surprise enjoyment for myself. I give this a B+. If you have the chance to see Ghostbusters Afterlife, let me know what you think. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.